all? It's your girl Tiffany, Malicious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one whom isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on tonight. If you would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. This is going to be a general reading for the, actually, guys, I was getting ready to go through my whole spill, but this is going to be a general reading, but I'm actually going to make this, it's interesting because it's like a hot topic tarot, but it's also a missing mystery as of right now, okay, guys? So, we're going to get into this situation, and it's something recently that has come up. I wasn't even expecting to like do this reading. I ran across this and I'm like, let me look into this because it didn't sit right with me. Okay, guys. So, of course, I am your host, Poetic Psychic Pisces, High Priestess, welcoming you to the show, Hot Topic Tarot, slash Missing Mystery, okay? These are usually two different segments that I do differently, but it's like tying in together at this point. If you would like to support the channel, you can like, share, and subscribe. That is your free way of showing your support to the channel, guys, okay? Also, you can send your super stickers, your super thanks. You can also support the channel by way of CASHAPP, which is $TipDiamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/@36diamond, or through ZELLE, which is tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com, or tiffanyziegler60@gmail.com. At this time, I would like to go through the copyright disclaimer with you all. This commentary is going to be covered under the Fair Use Act of 1976, under Section 107, which allowance is made for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research, guys, okay? I am going to provide you with we're going to go through a bit of commentary in dialogue on some public information that has come out recently, guys. However, I have to also say that this is for your entertainment purposes only, even though the topic that I'm going to cover is not an entertaining matter at all, okay? All information that I'm giving you when I go into the reading is allegedly according to the information that is provided to me by my spirit guides. So please use your own discernment and you all govern yourselves accordingly. Once again, I thank you all for listening and for watching. I do hope everyone is doing well and feeling well. On today, guys, I usually use a different platform when I do this, but I'm going to end up showing you all something here from a different way, from my phone here, okay? As we look into this information here, okay, guys? So this is actually going to be for New York, okay, guys? Something that has taken place as of yesterday in New York, but it made news today. This was posted like 9 hours ago, live now from Fox, okay? This is about a 9-year-old little girl who has vanished. Her name is SENA. Okay, she's a 9-year-old girl who vanished from a camping trip in New York. Okay, I found this very suspicious. The narrative that they're trying to push is a complete lie. Okay, I have to look into more, but I'm not really sure if law enforcement and everybody is aware of this yet. This is what led me to come on, because they're using a lot of resources right now for something I feel like they may not be aware of that is the truth, but then I'm starting to think, like, are they? Because usually with these situations, you don't get as many people out at a scene of incident like this, like a missing persons, even though this is a child. An Amber Alert has been issued, and I'm talking about, but they have, they got the Cordaba dogs out there, they have the parks troopers and park officials, they have the police out there, they have tech people out there, they have divers out there. The governor of New York even appeared out there. And I'm like, when did the governor show up for any in particular incident that has occurred? So I'm like, what is this? You understand what I'm saying? So then of course the governor spoke. They had the governor to actually speak, as well as I believe it's like the police chief or what have you spoke, and different things like that, and whatever. And when they go into all the people out there, I'm like, for this situation to have just happened, this is a lot. Like you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, something else is going on. Okay, so real quickly, guys, I'm just going to tell you, they're pushing this. First of all, 9-year-old Charlotte SENA has yet to have been found. Her and her family was supposed to be at this camping site out in New York. This situation occurred last night. Yesterday was around 6-ish, okay? Because the police and everything, they didn't show up till around 7 or so, okay? So they were at this camping site, okay? Charlotte SENA has another sibling, I believe they said a sister. They were riding their bikes around the campsite or what have you, while the family was camping, hanging out, whatever. At some point in time, they say that now the siblings were riding their bikes around for the longest together, but when they came back around the last time, one of the siblings decided, okay, I'm done riding for right now, and then Charlotte SENA was allowed to ride by herself around the park again, but they're claiming that she never came back around. She never popped back up. All of a sudden, she disappeared. So this massive search was underway for her. They found her bike. They didn't find Charlotte, is what is being told, okay? Around 6:30-ish, I believe police was called after a supposed 30-minute search of, people coming together who was out at the campsite looking for this little girl. Police got on scene around 7 or so. They searched, and I noticed in the verbiage that they use, you have to listen to the words that come out of people's mouths. So when the police chief was talking, they keep using their exhaustive search. In our exhaustive search efforts, basically, when somebody says they're exhausted, they're tired, they're worn out, they've been at something for a very long time. He kept on using the word exhausted. And even when the news reporter, when they wrapped up and finished, the news reporter that closed it out, even they used the word exhausted. And I'm like, why keep reiterating that word in particular? Who gives a damn how tired you are when there's a child that's missing? You understand what I'm saying? So why do you have to keep saying you're exhausted search to find Charlotte SENA? You understand what I'm saying? So I noticed that. But I began to look into this because I even the police chief even said, at this point, after our exhaustive search efforts to find Charlotte and us coming up with nothing, there has been an Amber Alert issued. This has been looked into as a potential abduction, kidnapping now. And I'm like, hold up. Wait, okay? In most scenarios, I'm on these things. You know what I'm saying? These things do happen all the time. But I'm like, wait. So I began to look into what went on. Okay? And look, let me tell you, the narrative that they're pushing, it's not accurate. In most cases, more often than not, that is what has occurred. The child has vanished because they were abducted. Either they were abducted, they were sold, and they were taken, but something else tragic has happened in the situation. And I looked into it and I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, do the police know this yet? Are they going along with the cover of this? Because there's something else going on. And in the midst of me pulling cards about this, I started getting frustrated because I kept on seeing shit about money. I'm like, what the hell does money have to do with this baby missing? And it just kept on coming up. Money, contracts, collaborations, as well as a person's job. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why is money of significance as it relates to the situation? I want to know. Yeah, okay, so I set it aside because I'm like, okay, Spirit, I get it. Something is going on as it relates to money, but it's almost seems like it's separate. It almost seems like it's a after effect. It's you know what I'm saying? You know how you have a cause of a situation, like a problem that is going on, a cause of something that is going on, and then an effect of because of this cause that is going on, or of this problem that is going on. And that's where I feel like the money comes in at. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm like, some shit ain't right. Something ain't right, and you need to look closer to home for it first. You know, look in all areas. You understand what I'm saying? Look elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? But look closely to what is happening as well, because this shit don't sit right with me. Okay? There's something else happening. Okay? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna just tell you matter of factly what happened. Something tragically happened to this young lady. What I am picking up from Spirit is this little girl is no longer alive. At one point in time, she was in critical condition, and if the proper protocols was made, she could have been saved. She could have been helped in some type of way. But at this point, I feel like it's too late for that. Okay, because this happened yesterday. It's a whole new day, and the news is just now reporting on it. Well, as of 9 hours ago, because what I'm going to show you was actually aired like 9 hours ago. Okay, and I'm going to show you this, guys. If y'all can see, can y'all see this? This is let me see if I can get that closer. This is little 9-year-old Charlotte SENA, who is missing. And quite interesting enough, you see what she has on here, which is a tie-dye Pokemon shirt, some blue pants or blue jeans, some black Crocs, or what have you. Obviously, this picture was taken of her out there at the park. You see her out here in the woods, out here at this campsite. She's in the exact outfit that they're claiming that she had on last when she went missing. Okay, so this is little 9-year-old Charlotte SENA. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, either the police is unaware of this yet, they haven't found this out yet, and they will at a later point in time, because what I'm getting, I do feel like at some point this is going to come out. They're going to find out. But if they already know, and there's some other cover up that is going on behind the scenes, where this money is tying in at, there could be some other shit going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're spinning this like this is an abduction right now, okay? And that's not what took place, okay? Charlotte is unfortunately deceased, okay? But probably not for reasons that anybody is expecting. I'm going to tell you matter of factly, before I go into the cards, what I have here. There was an altercation. There was a fight, an altercation, brawl. There was a big altercation that happened within their family. Okay? Because of this fight, because it is what caused this conflict, what caused this defeat. Okay? Tempers were flaring. Someone was mad as hell, and Charlotte ended up Charlotte was hit. I was trying to figure out, because I do see the chariot here, and it's tripped out because the way the chariot is spelled is almost the way Charlotte is spelled. Okay, so we know with the chariot, this is a form of transportation. This is like any form of transportation, vehicle, movement, and different things. So I'm like, damn. You know, was she put in somebody's vehicle? Was she taken? But what I concluded is she was hit. She was hit by a moving vehicle. And she ended up being trapped in this vehicle, and she was severely injured. This is what her death was caused. And Saturday's people calling the police and getting her emergency assistance and help. When she succumbed to her injuries and she died, they have hidden her body somewhere. And they are playing this like, oh my gosh, she was riding her bike. She just went missing. Okay, and that's not what happened. This girl was hit. There was some type of fight or argument or disagreement amongst people within her family, and I seen indulgence, so they was like under the influence of something. It probably was just alcohol. I'm not going to accuse the people of being on some type of drugs. I mean, it could have been anything, but it could have been, alcohol isn't illegal. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, it don't, for some people, it don't even take much of anything for, it to alter them in some type of way, and sometimes somebody had too much. Okay, but there was some type of fight or altercation that took place out there at that campsite. This took place within the family, because then when I was trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, was this person mad at Charlotte and then lashed out at Charlotte on purpose, or was this something else that was going on, and out of anger this person jumped up, took off, and accidentally hit her? But then I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, well, damn, if it was an accident, why not just call for medical assistance, call the police, say, hey, this happened, it was an honest accident, but I need help for my child. You understand what I'm saying? And let what's going to be that would be the truth and clarity. No, instead these people covered this up, and at this point they're trying to make it seem like it's a disappearance. She was taken, she has gone missing, and that's where the money comes in, because they decided, the parents decided to collaborate, and whoever else decided to collaborate together for the purposes of money, to make a lot of money off of this. But Charlotte's body has been hidden. She was hidden, and y'all, this card is so creepy. I'm gonna let y'all listen to this. The last time she was seen, she was said to have been riding, remember I told you her and the sibling was riding their bike together around a little campsite thingy. On the last trip around, one of the siblings decided, hey, I'm tired of riding. Charlotte said, they claim Charlotte said, hey, I'm a big girl, I'm gonna ride around one more time by myself to show I'm a big girl. That's what they saying. Okay, so Charlotte takes off riding back around again by herself, but then that's when they say, all of a sudden, Charlotte didn't show back up. Okay, she is now vanished. She has disappeared. They took 30 minutes searching for her, calling her name. They found her bike, didn't find her, allegedly, supposedly. Y'all, I got this card here on this deck here. This card came out. I'm gonna show y'all all of this, but this shit is so eerie. You see this baby here on this bike, and you see how they've been injured here. This card here says accident. It also says danger, caution, injury. She was hit. She sustained a severe injury, and she needed medical attention right away. But because of the fact, I believe that they were under the influence of whatever, or either just the hassle of this tragic situation happening. Maybe they were afraid about being accused of this causing this situation. They decided to cover this up. This baby was placed somewhere, and she was in critical condition for a long time. She suffered before she died, because I also get the death card here. She suffered before she died. It was a period of time that she was in critical condition, that she should have gotten medical treatment right away, but they did not do that, and they have hidden this girl somewhere, decided to call the police. By the time the police get there, it's like, oh my God, this whole story. Oh my God, she was riding her bike. Now she's vanished. Her bike is over here, but she's nowhere to be seen. She's nowhere to be found. Okay? That's what's going on here, y'all. Okay? I'm going to let y'all see this real quick so y'all can get an understanding. I found it very weird that they had the governor out there. Like, governors are busy. You understand what I'm saying? How do you get the governor? People come up missing all the time. People come up dead all the time. Tragic situations happen all the time. Like, if governors showed up for every child that goes missing, they would be busy with nothing but that all day, every day. How do you get the governor out here? You understand what I'm saying? Because when you call the emergency, when you call the police, 911 or whatever, and tell them what's going on, and they dispatch the police or fire, rescue, ambulance, whoever, who made the call to the governor? and say, hey, Governor, we're going to do a press conference. We need you to come out here as it relates to this situation. We want you to speak. Huh? That was suspect to me. I mean, why isn't the governor out here? You know what I'm saying? Governors travel a lot. They be busy a lot and different things like that. You just happen to catch the governor at home, in town, when this happened. Get the governor to drop everything and come on out and make this statement and everything. Prepared statement and everything. This wasn't even improv statement. Just, this just tragically happened. I'm just speaking from emotions, from what is actually going on right here before us. Blase, blase, bloom. Whole typed up speeches that they're reading from and everything. I found this to be suspicious, okay? It was really trippy to me. Hold on, guys. So, check this out, guys.
I'm going to take you out to New York right now, as an Amber Alert has been issued for a young girl there. This is a tweet from the New York State Police saying the missing child, 9-year-old Charlotte SENA, was last seen in Laurel Lake State Park, 6:15 last night. 5'1", 90 pounds with blonde hair, last seen wearing a tie-dye Pokemon shirt, blue pants, black Crocs, and of course they are asking for any help from the public on this. And of course that's just a little bit north of Albany, New York, in Saratoga County, New York. And of course we're also hearing from the governor, Kathy Hochul, on this as the search continues. Let's listen to any update they may provide.
I'm joined today by Lieutenant Colonel Richard Mazzone, Troop Chief Commander Major Dennis Shager. We also have representation from law enforcement, including the FBI. On a picture-perfect fall day here in upstate New York, Charlotte SENA's family and friends gathered for a weekend of friendship and food and enjoying one of the last 2 days of good weather. They came here to just have an ordinary time. The kids could have a chance to be in nature, have a chance to be kids. And they came to this beautiful scenic state park, Rose State Park, literally 15 minutes from where Charlotte and her 2 sisters were raised. They rode bikes around the loop road we've seen. They camped, they cooked out, and they're here to make memories, the kind that last a lifetime. But instead the day turned into every parent's nightmare. I just met with Charlotte's parents, David and Tricia, obviously distraught. And as a mother and as a grandmother, I cannot imagine the pain they're going through. They shared with me how joyful their little girl is. A 4th grader just recently elected to be a class officer for student council. And everybody thought of her as just a really nice girl.
Okay, real quick, pause, guys. Do you hear how nonchalant the governor sounds? I found that very suspicious too. She has this very pale type of nonchalant way of speaking.
The kind that you want to be friends with. The kind that looked out for other children.
And then she says something. She was chosen. First of all, they don't have no darn student body, student council in elementary. Okay? So it's like she's giving you a scripted response right now, okay? Which is highly irritating me, okay? Because it's made up BS. This is what made me want to start looking at I'm like, do they know what's going on? And going along with the cover up of what has happened here, because I was really irritated with the fact that I was steady seeing something about somebody's job and a large amount of money and collaborations, almost like this girl was sacrificed on purpose, okay? But when I look into what's happened, because they're trying to push it and make it seem like, oh, she has vanished and gone missing. They're trying to make her a missing person. But, I mean, her body hasn't been recovered. But the fact of the matter is, something tragically happened to her there, and her body was discarded somewhere, covered up. She wasn't abducted. And that's how they're pushing it. And I don't know if law enforcement know this and they're just going along with the, with the story, because that could be possible. You know what I'm saying? Especially if one of the parents or something, who they work for, if they sell out or whatever, they offer this child up as a sacrifice or some type of shit like that or whatever, would be the only reason that they would be doing that. But just listen to how just vague and pale and nonchalant and scripted the governor sounds. Okay? And you go look into other situations where children anybody have come up missing. See how many damn times your governor has showed up. Start in your state. Okay? Look and see how many crimes has taken place, whether it's murders, whether it's missing persons, and see how many times your governor has personally shown up and personally made a statement. I'm talking about showed up on the scene of the crime with a typed up scripted response, camera ready, lights, camera, actions, ready, set, go to make a statement. Okay? That lets me further know that some other shit is going on behind the scenes. But how they pushing the story, because they want to just chalk this up to, oh my gosh, she's missing. You're even going to hear the police chief let slip and say, at this point, after our exhaustive search, he literally said it 3 times. Y'all know how they are about 3s and 6s, okay? He said it 3 times. And by the end of the broadcast, the news reporter was closing it out, and even he repeated what the police chief said. I'm like, why are they steady pushing the fact that they are exhausted after searching for this girl? And you're going to listen to how much manpower that they sent out there. Okay? They sent state troopers out there. They sent the park rangers out there. They sent the local police department out there. They even had drones out there. They took the cadaver dogs out there. They got the tech people out there. I'm talking some of everybody, y'all. They gonna name. Whenever on site, as soon as something has happened, did they do that? They didn't even do that for JonBenet Ramsey, Madeleine McCain. Do I need to keep naming the babies that have come up missing? You understand what I'm saying? You have to listen to the words that's coming out of people's mouth and look around to what the hell is really going on and what's really being said. They sent one damn detective to JonBenet Ramsey house. Okay? And she had wealthy parents. Okay? Come find out she was murdered in her own damn home. Madeleine McCain, her wealthy parents left them sleep in their room while they went in and chilled and drank and had a good time at the bar and different shit with their friends. And out of all the other kids, she was the only one that was shook. They didn't send no damn drones out there, no cadaver dogs out there. They didn't send the tech people out there. They didn't send the park rangers out there. They didn't send the state troopers out there. They didn't have a whole police force out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So something else is going on behind the scenes. So they can lie to y'all. They can't lie to me. Listen. Just listen how pale and dull and nonchalant and scripted this governor sounds. Not the senator, not the mayor, the governor.
The pride of every parent. So, It's a very hard time for her family. I'll go through the circumstances of her disappearance, and we'll have representation from law enforcement talk about the search. Charlotte was camping with her family here in Moreau State Park. Last evening she went out on a bike ride. It wasn't dark, it was right around dinner time, and did a couple of loops with close friends she considers her cousins. And then she decided, after going around Troop A, she said, she just wanted to go around one more time by herself. Be that big girl, do it by herself. Literally 15 minutes later, she hadn't come back yet. And that's really when the nightmare begins. Her parents knew immediately something was up. They called her name. People started searching. People from other campgrounds joined. And 30 minutes later, at 6:47, Charlotte's mother, Tricia, called 911. The scene was chaotic. People leaving their food, leaving their tables, just everyone in search calling the name Charlotte. Charlotte. By 7 p.m., the state police were on site. And for the last 18 hours, 18 plus hours, teams from the New York State Police, dogs, aviation, our bloodhounds are here. The sword operators, our special response teams are on site, New York State Park Police, forest rangers, underwater rescue teams, and drones. We brought in technology experts also to analyze other forms of communications in the park at that time.
You see all those people?
A command post has been established at the state park right behind us, and additional search teams were deployed this morning. Right now there's over 100 personnel deployed, 75 law enforcement on the ground, the 2 drones, an airboat, search team, 6 underwater rescue teams, another boat that has sonar. We also have the Schenectady Fire Office here assisting with the search, given that Charlotte is the niece of one of the members of the Schenectady Fire Department.
That's a lot of people.
We are leaving no stone, no branch, no table, no cabin unturned, untouched, unexamined in our search to find Charlotte. We'll keep the members of the public updated. I promised her parents. We'll find her daughter. She's all of our daughters. Their family needs love. They need prayers. And if you know anything, if you've seen anything, you hear anything, please contact 911 to tell us what you know, what you may contribute to the search for this little girl. Hearts are broken here today in New York. Hopefully there'll be a reunion. Hopefully there'll be a family that has been traumatized but is reunited. That is our prayer and our hope at this time. With that, let me bring up Lieutenant Colonel Richard Mazzone to follow up on our continuing search for Charlotte.
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon. I am Lieutenant Colonel Richard Mazzone, Assistant Deputy Superintendent of the New York State Police Uniform Force. Shortly before 7 p.m. last night, State Police responded to Moreau State Park in the town of Moreau for a report of a missing 9-year-old female identified as Charlotte E. SENA of Greenfield, New York. Charlotte was last seen at approximately 6:15 p.m. riding her bike in Loop A of the park. At approximately 6:45 p.m., Charlotte's bike was located in Loop A, and at 6:47 p.m., Charlotte's mom, Tricia, called 911 to report the child missing. A command center was subsequently established at the Moreau State Park office, and search teams were deployed, which consisted of New York State Police uniformed troopers, State Police Special Operations Response Team, New York State Park Police, Forest Rangers, and our unmanned aerial systems, underwater recovery team, aviation, and canine, as well as several civilian volunteers. The missing child alert was issued last night, and search efforts continued throughout the night. In addition to our massive search efforts, our Bureau of Criminal Investigation has been conducting interviews with those in the park and around the region, as well as pursuing all investigative leads. Additional search teams were deployed this morning, and an Amber Alert was issued at 9:35 a.m. this morning. I want to thank our state police members, our park police and forest rangers, and all of our law enforcement and community partners for the commitment and efforts to find Charlotte. We continue to dedicate all resources that we can to find Charlotte and bring her home safely.
Charlotte E. SENA is a 9-year-old white female with long blonde hair, is approximately 5 foot 1 inch in height, and weighs about 90 pounds. She was last seen wearing an orange tie-dye Pokemon shirt, dark blue pants, black Crocs, and a gray bike helmet. Members of the State Police Walton BCI will be leading this investigation, and anyone with any information is asked to call the New York State Police at 518-477-9333 or call 911. Any updates will be posted to the State Police newsroom at nyspnews.com. Thank you. If there are any questions, I'll take them at this time.
Just wondering what led to issue the Amber Alert. There seems to be language in the alert that references an abduction,
Well, following our exhaustive search of the park, we took that step of issuing the Amber Alert because we felt that after that exhaustive search, when we couldn't find her here, it was quite possible that an abduction had taken place.
You see how they're trying to push it? Their exhaustive search. After their exhaustive search.
Where exactly? It's a relatively large park.
Well, certainly we started at the area that she was last seen, and over the course of the last 18 hours, we've conducted an exhaustive search of the park. We've been checking the waterways. As I've mentioned, we have our drones and aviation assets looking from above while our teams are on the ground. We had a bloodhound assigned to this area, several other canines, so I feel confident at this point. We've conducted a search of this park, and we're going to continue with that while we also search every other avenue.
An allegation might be outside the park?
Certainly that possibility exists, yes.
I have a question. This might be a silly question, but are there any security cameras in the parking lot?
Well, I really don't want to get into the cameras and the technological aspects of our investigation and our search at this time, but I can assure you, as the governor mentioned, that we are doing everything we can to reunite Charlotte with her family.
Why wouldn't you want to get into the cameras? You say you got all these cameras and drones and all of these people out here, okay? Do you know how many children have come up missing and have never sent this many damn people out to find them? In your exhaustive search. Are you so tired? You so tired. In your exhaustive search to find her. And only after your exhaustive search, you are now assuming that, she was possibly abducted and kidnapped. This is not, it don't sound right. You understand what I'm saying? There's something else that is going on, okay? But one of the reporters asked them about the cameras and different things that they have in the area. Oh, I don't want to go. Why? How come you don't? She would have been picked up on those cameras. What have you seen? Surely you went through the cameras in your exhaustive search to find her, right? Or are you going along with the cover-up of what actually happened to her? Do mommy and daddy have, important positions, titles, or roles within the community on their jobs or something like that? This is part of a sacrifice that y'all want to just push off as, oh, she just vanished. Getting real Summer Wells vibes. Kinda. You understand?
You're just listening in there to the New York State Police talk about this 9-year-old girl, and it was just a short time after she went for that bike ride that she potentially, as police say, they're potentially, quite possibly, abducted. Of course, they did an exhaustive search of that state park.
He even repeated the exhaustive search.
Albany, New York, so they continue to search. They also issued this Amber Alert. Of course, the image there as last seen wearing a tie-dye Pokemon shirt, blue pants, and black Crocs. So they're asking for the public's help as the search continues for that. Certainly a very difficult story for any parent over this weekend. I'm Eddie Mack. We'll be back after this.
Okay, guys, so that's what's going on here as it relates to this situation, guys. Yeah. So, I I found so many things wrong with the situation. Like I said, I did begin, as I was listening to this, pull some cards. And usually when these situations like this happen, I wait a while. See what's going to be said, see what's going to be done, or what have you, you know what I'm saying, get a clearer view of, you know, just what's going on, okay, what's going to be done, what's going to be said, okay, guys. But I'm going to go through this, what I got here for you all, okay. I mean, you had all kinds of people that's come up missing. You didn't have all them people that come together looking for Cameron McGrath that went missing. True enough, he's not a child, but still, you understand? Tamia Taylor that went missing, you didn't have all this to find her. Coincidentally, as I told y'all, she was in the river. You went back and you found her like practically the next day after I said that she was in the river and what actually happened to her. You understand? But yeah, and y'all's exhaustive searches to find people. Okay, there's other shit going on here. Okay, I'm really tired of the fuckery. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. Let me move these out of the way real quick so I can do this in order. I'll let y'all know what's really going on with this situation. Okay. So in the first row here, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords lets me know, the Five of Swords talks about conflict. It talks about defeat, okay? It lets me know that there was some type of fighting, fussing, cussing, arguments, or disagreements of some kind that was going on the day that this young lady allegedly went missing, okay? Then I get the Queen of Coins here, okay? Now I'm not sure if the mother is an earth sign or not, but she's coming out as an earth sign, okay? Usually earth signs, especially if they're in an upright, there's someone who's grounded, who's stable, who's secure, who, you know, usually financially stable here, okay? Whatever this conflict that was going on, it's because of this woman. This woman is going to be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo if she is an earth sign, or if she's just taking on the energy of an earth sign. She may have earth in her chart somewhere, okay? She could have earth in her sun, moon, or rising sign, okay? Now, then I get the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands talks about defensiveness. Whatever this conflict that took place, that went on, this earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, is now defensive. So defensive to the point where they're trying to protect themselves, okay? The Nine of Wands also talks about one feeling like a sacrifice needing to be made, okay? The Nine of Wands is hostile energy, is defensive energy, is protection, or one feeling like they need protection in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but most importantly, someone feeling like a sacrifice needing to be made here, okay? Why is this person feeling defensive, feeling like they need to protect themselves? Because of the moon. We know that the moon talks about secret things, hidden things, what's done in the dark. It talks about cover-ups, hiding things. It talks about fear, overwhelming type of energy. It talks about shady people, dirty dealings, low down dirty things, sneaky, freaky, creepy things, okay? It even talks about criminal activity, okay? The moon, it basically tells you that something is going on behind the scenes, behind closed doors, behind someone's back, something that went on in secret, okay? The moon can even talk about something that went on at nighttime, okay, or what have you, but there are secrets around what took place here, and this woman is very much defensive about this to the point where she's trying to protect herself. Why? Because she foolishly took some type of leap of faith, okay? There's something that she foolishly, blindly did, okay, in secret here, which is what is causing her to be defensive, what is causing her to feel like she needs to protect herself in some type of way. And this is all stemming from this conflict, this defeat, whatever it is, this fight, this argument, this disagreement, this conflict that took place is what caused the rest of this, okay? So right up under the Five of Swords, I get the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords talks about lying, cheating, stealing, somebody sneaking and creeping around trying to get away with something. It also talks about manipulations, and it talks about deceptions. Somebody is lying. The parents are lying. Specifically, the mother about what conflict took place, what really happened out there at that campsite. Okay, there's some type of lying that is going on as it relates to this child. Now, I'm not sure of when Charlotte's birthday is, but she's coming out as a Page of Swords. Okay, so she could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but she's coming out as a Page of Swords. Okay, a Page of Swords, they could be cutthroat, they could be ruthless. They're very analytical, but they're very truthful. Or they can come off as truthful, okay, if they're in the upright, okay. Someone, like if this was in the reverse, this would be someone who's very negative, very toxic, very foul mouth, or what have you. But she, just as a child, okay, she's coming out as a Page of Swords. All the pages are going to be children, okay. So whether she's actually an air sign or not, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, she's coming out as a Page of Swords. So she could have air in her birth chart somewhere with a sun, moon, or rising sign, but she's coming out as a Page of Swords. This Page of Swords sits right up under this Queen of Pentacles, okay. So the situation that occurred, that happened to Charlotte, was done by a woman, this Queen of Pentacles person here, okay. So what's being lied about? What's being hidden? What's being covered up? Now I get the Chariot. This was so eerie to me, because if you look at how Charlotte is spelled, it's almost how Chariot is spelled, okay. It's kind of similar, okay. We know that the Chariot talks about a search for, it talks about movement, travel, transportation, cars, vehicles, okay, of any kind, okay. Now, Charlotte was said to be riding her bike, okay. Do you see how this person, this search for, somebody was like speeding, somebody was moving in a hurry, something here. Charlotte was hit. Charlotte. I'm going to make sure I'm saying her name right. Yeah, Charlotte was hit by a moving vehicle, okay? How do I know this? Because after the Chariot, I get the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords talks about heartache and heartbreak. After the Three of Swords, I get the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords talks about injury, physical injury, somebody who needs healing, recovery, somebody who has been hurt, who has been injured in some type of way, somebody who would have needed hospitalization or treatment or something. Three of Swords, Four of Swords, back to back. Somebody has been severely injured, okay. She was struck by a car, okay, and there's some type of lies that's being told to cover this up. Instead of them people calling the police, calling for an ambulance, saying, hey, I need help, there was a tragic accident, my child has been hurt, please help us, please send help right away. They covered this up and they hid this girl's body somewhere. She was in, my other cards that I use, I seen critical condition. She was in critical condition for a while. This means that this baby suffered and pain before she actually succumbed to her injuries and died, okay. But now they're trying to push this shit like you know what I'm saying, like this is a disappearance, or you know what I'm saying, she vanished, she was a possible abduction. Bullshit. This girl was hit with a vehicle, she was run over, she succumbed to her injuries, okay. She died, and there was something that was done with her body. They did something to cover this up, and then they called the police and said, oh my gosh, my child was riding their bike, they didn't come back around. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who has ever been camping, if you're at an actual, and I'm not talking about when you first drive into a park, okay, usually there's a different roads and different things when you drive into a park, different ways that you can get in. But once you go into a campsite, there's one way in and one way out of a campsite. No matter what campsite you go to, there's always one way in and one way out. You understand what I'm saying? So even if you want to say, oh, somebody grabbed her, there's one way in and there's one way out of here. They told you that within a few minutes, within 15 minutes of her riding her bike around the scene and not showing back up, everybody that was at the campsite immediately started looking for her, and they started looking for her everywhere within the 30 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? If somebody took her, they literally would have had to drive past everybody who was looking for Charlotte and drive out with her through the one entrance in and out. And I'm not talking about the main entrance of a park, but once you get to campsites where actually camping go on, where people can park and picnic and barbecue or camp out or tent or hike, whatever, campsites is always one way in and one way out. Okay? So to clarify the 5 of Swords with the 7 of Swords, I get the 10 of Wands. Whatever this conflict and defeat that took place, that they're lying about, that they're covering up, that they're sneaking and creeping around trying to get away with, this caused burdens, hardships, it was a problematic situation due to this, okay? It caused them to be overwhelmed, which is the reason for the lies, okay? The mother, the Empress. An Empress is a mother, okay? The Empress is a mother. And if for the sake of saying you I feel like this is her mother, okay? Some can say, this could be any mother. This could be another woman that was out at the campsite. You're absolutely right, okay? But I've seen all the other cards. This is her mother. Charlotte's mother is the one who caused injury to her in the midst of this conflict that was going on, that caused her injury, that caused her to die, and they're covering it up. The Empress sits here with the Queen of Pentacles with this Page of Swords here. The mother is the cause of this. Because of these burdens, hardships, problematic situations, the mother made a judgment, made a decision. This is when she made the judgment, made the decision of what to do next. Okay, this judgment sits here on the 9 of Wands with the Chariot. Didn't I tell you she became defensive? Now she's trying to protect herself. Why? Because she done ran this baby over with this damn car. Because whatever conflict or argument or fight that was going on in the family, she was so upset by it, she ended up running this child down, hitting this child. She wanted to cover it up. So the decision, guess what the decision was made? 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles talks about abandonment, neglect, someone being left out in the cold. They decided to abandon this baby. Now this is the 5 of Pentacles. This is also earth energy, so her mother may actually be that earth sign, because she came out as the Queen of Pentacles. But this could also say, not only did she run this child over, but she abandoned this child. If this was a plot, a plan, or a scheme, she could abandon this child for the purposes of money. This could have been a scheme all alone. But she ran over this child with this car. And then she made the judgment, the decision to abandon, neglect, and leave this child out in the cold somewhere. You see, this child is still outside somewhere, wherever they put her body, outside. They may have went a distance and put her somewhere to make it seem like, oh, she wandered off somewhere, or somebody took her down here and did something to, whatever. But she is the one who made the judgment and decision. This 5 of Pentacles is sitting here with the Moon and the 3 of Swords. She made the judgment to abandon and neglect and leave this baby out in the cold with no support, no help, while she was hurt. I told you the child was in critical condition for a while before she succumbed to her injuries and died. Huh? Who was the fool? Got the Fool and the 4 of Swords here. Who's the fool? Who's responsible for this child's injuries? 10 of Cups. The family. 10 of Cups talks about family, reunions, gatherings, get-togethers. Family are responsible for this. They foolishly made a decision to do this to her. This baby was injured in more ways than one. This burdensome situation caused a challenge for them, but they was determined. Okay? You see this child here? See this angel of death here? You see how they out here in nature? The Seven of Wands talks about challenges, but it also talks about one's determination. Okay? We already had the Ten of Wands right here with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords as well. The Ten of Swords lets you know that this situation caused burdens, hardships, and problematic situations. The Seven of Swords tell you that this brought about a challenge for them. But that yet they were still determined. Huh? Why did this happen? Sitting on the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Swords with the Empress here. Tower. This mother is the one who caused this Tower moment. We know that the Tower talks about a sudden upheaval, a sudden shakeup of things, okay? Tragic news, information, situations. It's something that happens suddenly, all of a sudden out the blue. And we know that the Tower talks about problems of any kind, from murder, harm, destruction, illness, injuries, lies, deceptions, disruptions, chaos, but it's tragedy nonetheless. And this was caused by this Empress, the mother. At that point in time is when, after the mother made the judgment or the decision that she made, after this Tower situation that occurred, after they cleaned up and covered up, that's when they decide to call the police, with the Justice card being here. Okay? Justice is sitting here on Judgment here. This also sits here on Nine of Wands and Chariot here. Now, I told you the Nine of Wands talks about one feeling like a sacrifice needs to be made. It also talks about someone who is defensive and trying to protect themselves. Okay? Chariot can also be seen as police. Not just transportation and vehicles and different things as well. But you got Justice and Judgment here, sitting here with the Nine of Wands and the Chariot here. At this point is when the police was called. They know that Charlotte is dead. This is the Death card. Okay? This is the Death card. The father could be a fire sign such as Aries or Leo. He don't have to be though. I believe the mother is an earth sign. The father might be a fire sign. I believe this child is an air sign. Okay? This Death card sits here with the Moon, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. I told you this baby is dead. And then she was abandoned and neglected and left out in the cold. This is what is secret. This is what is hidden. This is what is being covered up. This baby was injured. She was hurt. She was killed. And she was left. She was neglected. Okay? To clarify the Fool with the Four of Swords with the Ten of Cups, we have the Eight of Swords here. Somebody may end up getting arrested behind this situation when the truth and the clarity finally comes out here. But the Eight of Swords also speaks to one feeling stuck, restricted, unable to move or get out of a situation. Do you see this hole right here? I wonder if they try to bury her under something. She's still out in nature. She's outside. The Eight of Swords talks about one being stuck, restricted, unable to move or get out of a situation. Wherever Charlotte was put, she couldn't get up. She couldn't get out of that situation. She was injured too badly. So she laid there, injured, in critical condition until she died, y'all. This is sitting here with the Ten of Cups. The family did this. If the police is really about what they be talking about and really on this, they're going to get to the truth of the matter. And these family members, they're going to end up going to jail. Because they're the ones who caused the injury to this child. Who caused this child to be hurt like this. Now, I told you, in the midst of me pulling these cards, I kept on seeing the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. And I begin to get pissed off because I'm like, Spirit, what does all this money have to do with this baby? I don't know what type of job the parents have or whatever. And if this was already some type of plot or plan to cause some type of incident to happen to sacrifice her. Okay? So they can get some type of payout. Maybe they have insurance on her or something like that. or what have you, but I started seeing money everywhere. I'm like, what the hell does all this money have to do with this baby being hurt, vanishing, coming up missing? Like, what does this have to do? And we know that the Three of Coins talks about collaborations. It talks about contractual agreements. It talks about persons collaborating together for the purposes of money. The Ten of Pentacles talks about a large windfall of money. What I put together, and then I end up setting it aside. This comes from my other deck that I'm getting ready to use and show y'all here. This says collaboration. And this is a Ten of Pentacles. What I believe has taken place is when they decide to cover this up, the parents decided to cover this up and make it seem like some other situation is, has taken place and happened. That way that they can get either some type of insurance payout or something. They're expecting to get, whether this is coming from, they think they're going to get this from the public because of this situation, or whether they have some type of insurance policy or something on her. It's like they collaborated together to cover this up with the expectation of getting this large amount of money for their daughter, for what happened here. Okay? I pulled from another deck, guys. So when I clarify the Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands, Seven of Wands, once again, I get the Ten of Cups. This conflict, these lies and deception and manipulation, them sneaking and creeping around trying to get away with what they did, these burdens, these hardships, these challenges, is because of this family. The Ten of Cups talks about family, gatherings, reunions, get-togethers. We know that there was a reunion, a gathering, a get-together because they was at the campsite. Gathered together, barbecuing, whatever it is that they were doing. The family is involved, y'all. When I clarified the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Swords, with the Empress in the Tower, I get the World. There has been a completion. Something has gone full cycle. Something has come to an end. This is a regeneration, a rejuvenation of a situation. Something's come to an end for something new to begin here, okay? And the family is behind this ending that took place, okay? Why? So when I clarify the Nine of Wands with the Chariot, with the Judgment and the Justice, I get the Two of Swords. Somebody went to the crossroads. Somebody made the wrong decision. Went in the wrong direction. Okay? Somebody made a bad decision here. This card literally says crossroads. They decide to cross this child. Okay? When I clarify the Moon with the Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Death card, I get the Five of Cups. Sadness, loss, disappointment, regret. This decision that was made brought about this sadness, this loss, this disappointment, regret. But I'm telling you, the family is behind this. Okay? Because they're trying to push the narrative that some creepy, freaky, sneaky stranger that came along and snatched this baby up. That's what they're trying to push now. After the authorities' exhaustive search. Okay? To clarify the Fool, the Four of Swords, the Ten of Cups with the Eight of Swords, I get the Ten of Swords. My. This talks about, so in this deck, we begin with the Ten of Cups, we end with the Ten of Swords. This is the family's betrayal, disloyalty, sabotage, endings. This family's betrayal is what brought an ending to this baby's life. That's the truth. And I really hope that police and authorities is not wrapped into this and a cover up of this, and they find out the truth of the clarity, and these people is held responsible for what took place for this child here. Family. How many times family got to come out, y'all? Ten of Cups is out here twice. Family. Didn't I tell you that there was some type of conflict, some type of fight, fussing, cussing, arguments, disagreement, quarrel, or something here? There was some type of fight that broke out within the family. Okay? And because of this altercation, because of this fight, is what led to this. This card says accident. But the bottom line is, it also says danger, caution, injury. This baby was severely injured. And this car was so creepy to me because Charlotte was said to be riding her bike. You see this baby bike on the ground? You see her on this ground here? She was ran over by a vehicle. I don't know if it was the parents arguing and fighting, or somebody that they was fighting and they was arguing. Somebody got mad as hell, hopped in the vehicle, sped off real quick, and ended up hitting this baby. And then they covered it up. And it led to this: loss, disappointment, regret, bereavement, sorrow, damage. Which led to this, which because of this, death. Charlotte's dead. That's why they decided to cover this up. It says endless harm, inevitable. Charlotte is dead. Remember I told you there was some type of conflict or fighting or something within the family. Somebody was mad as hell about something. Somebody was going off, was fiery, angry, mad as hell about something. This says offense, madness, unpleasantness. And because of this conflict is what causes incident to take care. We have trapped here. You see this baby? Trapped here. Ended up being trapped behind or under this vehicle. They got hit and was trapped. Okay? This says victim, allured, tricked. They were trapped. Okay? Obviously this brought about stress. Oh my God. What have I done? What are we going to do? What are we going to say? This will ruin us. This will jeopardize my job. This will, ruin our, social status in the community. I don't know, whatever. Okay? But this is headache, pressure, lack of sleep. They were stressed out by the situation that occurred. Okay? This disastrous situation that occurred. So out of frustration, they took some type of risk in an effort for them to survive the situation by making it seem like poor little Charlotte, poor little baby girl Charlotte was riding her bike at a campsite and vanished and disappeared. And now they're saying that possibly she could have been abducted. All this information at this point, guys, is allegedly according to the information that's been given to me by my spirit guides. This is for your entertainment purposes only, even though this is not an entertainment matter or entertaining matter. Okay? Please use your own discernment and govern yourselves accordingly, guys. Okay? Bottom of the deck. From the first deck I used, hold on, guys. Bottom of the deck for the first deck I used, that card just fell. It's the Ace of Cups. Hold on, guys. Let me pick this up real quick. Ace of Cups. Extreme feelings, overwhelming emotions, the Ace of Cups talk about. Okay? Bottom of this deck is commitment. Now this is interesting because this commitment card, you see how this person is stuck, how this person is trapped. This commitment card talks about binding, obstruction, in contracts. Okay? We can't forget, this pisses me off. Because I'm trying to figure out how the hell this ties into all of this. Collaboration and Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like a lot of money. This is several hundreds of thousands of dollars. Could even be millions of dollars. It just depends. It's a lot of money. And collaboration. So at this point, they could be trying to push some type of narrative so they can get some type, if they had some type of insurance policy on this child or something, get some type of big payout for it. Okay? If they have an insurance policy out on her, perhaps it wouldn't have paid out if it was something that was purposely done, if they found, if the insurance, found out it was something that was purposely done, or it was an accident or something like that, or whatever, maybe they pay out more with this person just, being vanished, you going missing and being declared dead later, something, or either they're expecting to get this from, the public, or whoever they're collaborating with. This pisses me off. Collaborations and Ten of Pentacles. I'm trying to figure out how the hell that ties into this. And then I picked up my other deck and I got Scammer Exposed. I believe at some point the police is going to find out the truth, or even if the police is going along with this cover up with them, these people are scammers. Somebody is a scammer, and they're going to be exposed, because it's like they're trying to get a large amount of money from the situation while covering up what really happened to Charlotte. Somebody was triggered. Somebody was triggered in some type of way. Okay, and there was some type of attack or fight or violence, hatred that led to this child's murder, this child's death. I see danger, disasters, destruction. And then we have vanished without a trace, into thin air, missing, disappearance. But this child is only missing because they made it. They made it like that. They caused this situation to be like this. That's what's going on here, guys. This is the information that I got. I really hope that they recover this baby's body. Let's see if Spirit has any other messages as it relates to this situation. Yeah. This is going to end up turning into a murder mystery. I believe they're actually going to find her body at some point in time. And then that's when these individuals are going to get exposed as being scammers. Okay? But on my murder mystery card here, as you can see here, you see I have the death card, the death sticker on here. Okay? This is foul play. Set up, sacrifice, cover up, plots, plan, scheme, organized, premeditated, staged event. Okay? Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages? Look at this. Camping. It's interesting because I have, if you can see this clearly, I have the fool sticker here. This is a moon sticker here, okay? And this is a cactus sticker here. But this is my camping card here. We know that they were camping, okay? It says campfire under the moon here. This moon lets us know that something that they want to keep secret, or they're trying to cover up, took place out here. They foolishly did something, okay? While they were camping. Is what led to this baby's murder. Is what led to this baby's death. We're going to say death. Okay? Yeah. And then I see feminine woman here. So we know that Charlotte was a little girl who was killed, so she would be a feminine energy. But on this feminine card here, you see I have the Empress sticker on here. This is the mother. The mother is responsible for something. For what happened as it relates to this baby's death. Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages, Spirit? I don't know if she got mad at Charlotte, because I'm hearing she's a headstrong girl. So, I feel like she's the type, if you say something, she's always got something to say back, maybe. Type, especially if she's an air sign. Very smart, analytical. Somebody who's like brutally honest when they do talk about say things or talk about things or whatever, that type. Okay? Is that something that pissed off the parents? To cause them to hurt her? Okay? Oh, wow. That's weird. That's weird. I have a Children of the Corn card here. Is this how she was viewed? Sneaky? Karmic? Manipulative? Evil? Badass? This is how her parents seen her. As a children, like, you know, Children of the Corn type of kid. Is this why she was hurt? Even if she was a little hard-headed or disobedient, it doesn't give you the right to murder the child. Or to hurt them or to harm them, whether purposefully or this is what's going on. That's what this collaboration and this money is about. Insurance fraud. They're trying to pull off some type of insurance fraud. You see, I got the Fool on here as well as the Moon. They foolishly did this because they're trying, and that's the reason why they're covering something up. They're trying to keep something secret here. This money, that money shit was pissing me off. I'm like, what the hell does all this money have to do with what happened to this baby? They're trying to pull off some insurance fraud here. Yeah, I even see funeral. I have the death card, the tower card, and another moon card. Well, the death sticker, the moon sticker. Well, this is the death sticker. This is the moon sticker here. And, oh, sorry. This is the tower. This is the moon. This is the death here. So there was something that tragically happened that caused this person's death that they're keeping secret and hidden. This is my funeral card, though. But they're trying to get some type of large amount of my insurance fraud. Insurance fraud. They have a huge insurance policy on this child. Huge. Yeah. Mental conflict. So they're in mental conflict over the situation. Stress, depressed, worry, anxiety. Tired, scared, wondering, confusion. They're in mental conflict because they're wondering if perhaps authorities are going to find out the truth. This is why they're worried. This is why they're scared. Yeah. Now they're trying to relax, Netflix and chill, trying to wait around and see what's going to happen, see what's going to take place. This man is especially in mental conflict. He might have a freaking mental breakdown behind this. The mother, I feel like this is the mother's big bright idea. The mother is all over the situation. But I didn't see anything come up about the father. But obviously whatever conflict or fight or whatever was going on may have been going on. I'm not sure if that was going on between the mother and the child, or if that was going on between the mother and her husband, or, you know, the mother and whoever else was out there with them. And then this tragically happened here. But this masculine man here, he is in mental conflict like a mug. He liable to have a mental breakdown behind this situation here, okay? I don't know if it's going to be him cracking and ended up telling the truth about the situation or what, but at some point in time, especially with scammer exposed out here, I feel like the truth is going to be found out. The truth is going to be found out. And even at the bottom of this deck, I get domestic abuse. Okay? It says misunderstandings, fighting, defeat, cussing, caution, violence, fussing, danger, conflict, arguing, disagreements. There's some type of domestic abuse that goes on in this family. Yeah, look at that. And I even see don't trust them. Don't trust them. So maybe authorities shouldn't have trusted them. Spirit, any other messages? Y'all, that's what's going on in this situation, honey. So I do hope this was like an impromptu hot topics tarot / missing mystery. I heard this and I'm like, I wasn't even gonna do no more readings. tonight. But for some reason, Spirit had me to go ahead and come on here and talk about this because I'm like, this is strange. This is strange. And I get the feeling like I get, you know, sometimes, like, because I'm an empath, I feel things right away when I hear things or see things or whatever. And sometimes I can tell if somebody has, like, usually it's kind of hard. It's really hard to explain, guys. Sometimes I can just tell. If I'm looking at a situation or I'm hearing about a situation, I can tell if this person has been killed or if this person was abducted or whatever situation might be going on with them, what was likely to have happened. But for some reason, I immediately, like, picked up my deck. I was sitting here chilling. I was doing my nails. I just got through filming my nails and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got to polish them and different things like that. So I wasn't going to do more readings tonight, y'all. I just stopped doing that, and I'm like, something wasn't right here, and I wanted to know what the hell was going on. But then when I started seeing what was going on, I'm like, oh, hell no. You understand? And, yeah. So, y'all, look. At some point in time, these scammers are going to be exposed. And I feel like the truth and clarity is going to, hopefully they find this baby's body. Okay? So she can be put to rest properly. Yeah. But that's the information I have, guys. Okay? So hopefully this gets, you know, go through the proper channels. This reach who it needs to reach in New York as it relates to the situation. Okay? I really hope that this is not, you know, something going on a bigger scale, and law enforcement is going along to help them cover this up, because I found it really suspicious that the governor would be at this, you know, this press conference pertaining to the situation. You know, I feel like it's, you know, if it's genuine and it's authentic, it's very admirable. You know what I'm saying? It should happen with all situations, but we never see this happen. You understand what I'm saying? This would be, you know, it seems strange to me. So I'm like, wait a minute, is this some other shit going on here? You know, what's happening? Okay, guys, but that's what's going on here. Like I said, this information is allegedly, according to, you know, what my spirit guides have told me, guys, okay? For the persons who do love and care about and support baby girl, Charlotte, I do offer my condolences, okay? Charlotte SENA, okay? I do offer my condolences to those persons who are actually concerned about her and love her and care about her or what have you. But, you know, y'all need to understand that I am non-biased when I do these, okay? I'm not saying what I'm saying because I'm against these people. It's like, who I'm going to attack today type of thing. It doesn't matter how the information goes. It's my job to relate to you the information. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't matter what I'm looking at, okay? If it's a situation and say something tragically happened to a public figure, I'm going to speak about that just as genuinely as I would if this was regular, everyday, average Joe people of any type of race. It doesn't matter to me if you're black, if you're white, if you of any other type of race. You can be orange with purple polka dots, okay? I don't care about any of that. This is just about truth and clarity and getting the message out, okay? Very much non-biased. Very much non-biased in the commentary that I do, guys, okay? So, you know, it's not like I'm one-sided or anything. And sorry, guys, my daughter is distracting me. Put that one back and put your waters, put you some waters in the freezer and get a cold one. Sorry, guys. You already had one of those today.
How do I put it back?
Put it back, just sit it down there. Now get some waters and put those in the freezer and get you a cold one out of the freezer. Yeah.
Why was it
Just
on
get,
top of it?
because it was in the other bag. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Bring me the big drink, the sparkling strawberry water that's in there, and then you can put those other waters in there. Sorry, guys. I do apologize for that. But anywho, guys, I thank you all so much for listening, for watching. Again, the copyright disclaimer, I covered this under the copyright disclaimer Fair Use Act, okay, which this commentary is being covered under the Fair Use Act of 1976, Section 107, which is allowances made for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research, which you should be able to see here on your screen, guys, okay? So, once again, thank you all so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. However, if you all would like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is Shine Bright Like a Diamond 36 with an underscore between each word. For any persons interested in donating to the channel, you can look in the description box below. You also can see different ways that you can support here on the screen, guys. It is greatly appreciated. As always, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil that is lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings, watch the company you keep, watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well, and considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey, keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.